Good afternoon from the Alonte Sports Arena here in Biñan, Laguna. We are live for the opening game of Leg 2 of the TAT Winter Tournament. The Aces, fresh off their win in Leg 1, take on the Chichi Albayanos Wildcats, who are eager for a comeback after a tough last-place finish. Our games today. Aces will take on the Wildcats, and the second game will be at 3:30 p.m. The Banana Republic will take on the Titans. Third game, the home team Tatak Gel, Game X of Biñan, will take on the Vanta Black Dragons. And the Lions will take on the Black Bears, our last game. Hello, everybody, with the one and only Bill Velasco. My name is Sandy Grumo. Andrea Veloso will join us later at the side. Good afternoon to you, Bill, and welcome to Biñan.
It's nice to be with the great Grumo once again, partner. Looking forward to an exciting week. It seems like it was just a week ago, and it was just a week ago that we were in Pasig.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the leg brackets. This is an interesting format with Biñan having their own team here in the leg number 2.
All right, you see the teams on your screens there. 5 teams in bracket A and 4 teams in bracket B. Each team will play a single round robin. The top 2 teams will advance to the crossover semifinals, meaning top team of bracket A versus second team of bracket B, and vice versa. And then we play the finals on Sunday.
All right, and now we go to the Aces with an unblemished record. Coming here in Biñan 6-0. What a major turnaround for the Aces.
Oh, yes. Although they will be playing without Sam Teguara for this particular leg, you see the stats. They're really just dominating and blowing everybody out of the water. Actually, they were undefeated before Teguara came over. Teguara will not be there, and we'll talk about who replaced him in just a little bit. And now let's take a look at the Wildcats, partner.
Yeah, the numbers not favoring for the Wildcats. 1-5 coming here in Biñan.
Yes, they beat the Long Lions in their only victory. And this is a team really that is searching for its identity. They only have 1 import against the 6 of the Aces. So my prediction will be they have to stick around, keep it close until the end, and hope that they can outrace the Aces.
Joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen, Andrea Veloso, what's the latest?
Hi, Sandy and Bill. It's a new chapter for the Asian tournament. But for the Aces, they want to continue what they've started in the previous leg, and that is being undefeated. Assistant coach Brian Ilad mentioned that with the addition of their new world import, Ricky Bryce, and activation of local player Maki Acosta, who are both big men and good defenders, they are confident that they can get that back-to-back win this leg. Meanwhile, the Wildcats will be facing the Aces with 1 import, and that is still Ray Miller. And they're also headed by a new head coach, which is Coach Jade Padriga, was actually a familiar face already here in the Asian tournament. Well, let's see how these 2 teams will make their mark here in Biñan leg. Gia Cruz, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second leg of the Asian Tournament here at Alonte Sports Arena in Biñan City. The first game is between the Aces and the Chichi Albayanos Wildcats. Now let's meet the starters, beginning with the first leg. Starting guard number 8, Denzel Wong. Under guard number 2, Marcus Elliott. And forward number 15, Xavier Alexander. Under forward number 14, Eman Ochula. And at center, number 6, Rick Rice. Head coach of the Aces is Jason Santiago. And now let's meet the starters starting guard number 4, Joshua Sadet. Under guard number 17, Adrian Celada. And forward number 0, Ray Miller. Under forward number 24, Raji Basibas. And at center number 6, John Gabriel. Head coach of the Chichi Albayanos Wildcats is Jade Padrigo. Our game officials, crew team, Jadel Payais. Umpire 1, Ruben Indictivo. And umpire 2 is Arnold Peñafuerte. This game
The starters for the Aces, Marcus Elliott, Denzel Wong, Ricky Bryce, their new acquisition, Xavier Alexander, Evan Ojola. The Wildcats will start with Saret, Silada, Gabriel, Ray Miller Jr., and Reggie Basivas, also a new player for the Wildcats. We are set to go here in Biñan for the second leg of the winter tournament of the TAT.
Of course, a change in the starting unit for the Aces, and they're keeping the finesse guys on the bench. Now you're talking about Kolchenko and Primac. Now this Wildcats team actually is loaded with a lot of local talent. Now let's see how they can keep up.
And the Aces controlling the tip. You take out Guara, a 7'5" player. Now you have a 7'1" player, Ricky Bryce.
Yes, well, the main difference is Bryce is more mobile and more athletic. Not as dominating, but again, all around, this is a really solid team. We have 6 imports who know each other's roles very well.
First field goal of the ball game, the Aces with a 2-0 lead. Saret setting up the table for the Wildcats.
Saret is actually not a traditional point guard in the sense, but he's the smallest guy on the floor.
New player there, blocked by Ricky Bryce. Foul is called.
All right, first posterization of the game.
Basibas with his first personal.
But you have to keep doing that. You have to keep trying. You have to make them play defense. Inevitably, you'll get some fouls, go to the free throw line, and maybe get them into foul trouble.
Now, you mentioned earlier, look at that move there by Xavier Alexander. You mentioned about the import of the Wildcats. Only 1 year in leg number 2.
Yes, what they have to do is, well, slow the game down, limit the number of possessions, and work doubly hard on defense as well. Because, you only play the game 1 possession at a time.
We go to Saret outside, guarded by Denzel Wong. Inside pass broken up. Ball deflected out of bounds. The officials, Arnold Piñaflor, Owen Octivo, and Juner Bayais.
Bryce also takes up a lot of space inside the paint, so it's hard to get a ball past him.
He's 7'1". And it's
That's really not Gabriel's shot. Ojola in the inside.
Elliott misfires. No, it went in. And Marcus Elliott scoring there.
Now, if I were the Aces, I'd build a big lead and sit on it.
7-0. Marcus Elliott scoring his first field goal here in the first period. Back in a moment. Marcus Elliott, his numbers back in the Pasig leg bill.
Yes, massive numbers all around, considering the fact that Guara averaged roughly 40 points a game.
Wow, a whopping 27 points per game for Marcus Elliott.
I think the bulk of that was in the first 3 games.
Yeah.
Now,
When
if you're
Sam did
Gabriel,
not play.
if you're Gabriel, you have to hit those shots because it's the only way to keep the defense honest, or else they'll just pack the paint and get all the rebounds.
Marcus misses on the 3, rebounded by Silada, and Silada still scoreless here with 2 minutes gone in the first period.
Now, this is an adjustment the Aces have to make because traditionally, Primac helps Ojola with the rebounding. And they didn't have any problems when Guara was around.
Yeah.
But now, Bryce is not really a rebounder.
And Saret scoring the first field goal for the Wildcats, and the ball goes to the Wildcats.
Turnover.
Bryce tried to steal it, not coming back on defense. It's also Xavier Alexander. It's a 5-on-2. Now make that 5-on-5 now with Ray Miller taking a 3-pointer. And
Well, I
rebounded
guess
by Bryce.
they enjoyed their short vacation a little too much.
That's 1 week.
Just 1 week.
Denzel Wong setting up the table for the Aces. Shot clock at 13 seconds. Bryce providing the screen. Wong. You know, the numbers of Denzel Wong in the Apache League were not that high because he has so good. You have 4 imports playing alongside with him.
And not just that, you know, his numbers went down when the Guara came along because all the balls went inside.
Good point there, Bill. Shot clock 15 seconds. Gabriel. Shot clock at 10. Pasivas working against Marcus Elliott. He goes inside, he kicks it out, and the ball goes out of bounds.
I think they're trying to keep the ball on whichever side of the floor Bryce is not. That's why they've been swinging onto the right quarter court most of the time.
Where they first scored their field goal.
Yep.
Bryce providing the screen. Xavier. Back out to Marcus, inside to Bryce. Finds trouble with it.
Yeah, the pass was a little too high, even for him.
Celada will not take it outside. Miller, 4-3. Bryce getting his second rebound here. Denzel Wong surveying the field. Firing and missing outside, and it's all black shirts for the rebound. It goes out of bounds.
14 seconds.
See, this is where the Wildcats have a little bit of an edge because it's mainly just Ojola rebounding, so they have the bodies to box him out and gang rebound.
A wide open look, wide open three-pointer for Marcus. He is 0 of 2 from beyond the arc here in the first period.
No basket.
That's the second team foul for the Wildcats.
Nothing you can do there except front Bryce and hope you can intercept the entry pass.
2 on the Wildcats. 14 seconds shot.
Here we go.
Bryce misses inside, he gets it back and will score.
That's the problem now.
Ricky Bryce from Arlington, Texas, played for North Texas and the first 7-footer to sign with North Texas since 1994.
Wow. And now he's here.
Played for the Zamboanga Valientes
True.
in the summer season, during the summer.
Oh, good save there. I noticed that the Aces are playing a little flat. Basivas picking up the garbage and turning it into gold. This game is closer than the Aces would like.
Yep. Denzel with the floater from the free throw line.
The long rebounds going to the Wildcats. They're having a pretty good game so far, even though they're not shooting that well.
They're just keeping it close as Miller is still scoreless here in the first quarter. Basivas will fire and will score from the right elbow.
Well, Basivas is an unknown quantity. You know, the other teams have not been able to scout him. He's a new addition. He's getting major minutes here.
Xavier. Eman Ojola working downstairs will get his second field goal of the game.
Great positioning. Now, this is the problem that the Aces have to address also. There's a little bit of redundancy between Bryce and Ojola when both are in the paint. So they're also bringing each other's defender into the paint.
It's a very strong 5 there, Bill, for the Aces.
That's true.
Shot clock down to 5.
Celada has to take a shot.
Saret outside. Basivas will try to hit it, and yes.
And it counts.
13-9 now, with 3 minutes and 50 to go.
And you can sense the growing discomfort with the Aces. It's they're wondering what's going on. Their spacing isn't that good on offense. I'm talking about the Aces.
We'll turn you over now to Andrea Veloso. Andrea, what do you have?
It's good to be back home. Ricky Bryce recently shared expressing his excitement to return to the Asian tournament, a competition he loves. Although he's only had a few practices with the team and is still adjusting to the system and his new teammates, there's a silver lining. Veteran Xavier Alexander, who previously teamed up with Bryce in a U.S. Summer League a few years ago, is there to help and push him to perform. With Alexander's guidance, Bryce's transition should go smoothly. And of course, we are eager to see if he can help deliver back-to-back wins. Back to you, gentlemen.
Ricky Bryce, the most popular player during the summer here in the TAT. The Wildcats deliberately slowing things down here.
Yep. And they're really forcing some change shots under the basket for the Aces. You know, Bryce hasn't really found his game yet. Good opportunity for them to take advantage of.
Sarat.
Oh, good tip in.
Miller with the tip in inside. First 2 points for Miller.
Yes, he's been missing a lot from the outside. And, you know, that's one point I keep trying to make. A lot of teams don't have a middle game. It's only 3-point shots or attacks to the basket. You need a perimeter game.
Good point.
It really stretches the defense.
Ojola, nice fake inside. Very short. He gets it back. Very short again. Picked up by Silada. Silada not taking his shots here. He's not taking any attempts.
Yes.
Now he heard us, Bill, and will score from downtown.
That's very important. I like how John Gabriel is playing in this game. He's really playing his natural position, but you know, he's getting a little tired banging bodies with the imports.
And Xavier scoring there in transition for the first time. We have a transition offense here in the first period.
No fouls yet by the Aces, which is kind of curious.
2 minutes.
The Aces 6-0 coming here in the Biñan.
And a lot of those were whoppers of a win. Nice up fake.
Miller for 3.
Ojola is really quietly starting to make a difference in this game.
Bryce misses on a spin move.
That's more of his game.
Now Eman is wide open downstairs. We were talking about only Ray Miller Jr., the only import for the Wildcats.
But still a very close game, partner. I don't think the Aces will be happy with this period.
Defense downstairs will be a major factor for the Wildcats, major problem for them. Galicia, one-handed shot, and rebounded by Eman Ojola.
Galicia, another one of their good support players, a little on the short side, but they need him to box out.
Denzel misfiring on the 3. That's Ricky Bryce now with his 3rd field goal of the game.
Yep, size matters in basketball.
Of course.
Under a minute to go here, the first quarter. I like the way that the Wildcats are controlling the tempo of the game. The Aces have not been able
A
to run.
deliberate slowdown.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Intercepted by Marcus. Fast break points for the Aces. No problem for them. 20 seconds to go. 23-14 is our score.
The Wildcats might want to consider playing Celada at the point so they can put more size on the floor.
5 seconds remaining. Saret inside to Galicia.
Uh-oh.
Blocked by Bryce.
At the end of the first quarter, score is 23-14.
1 quarter down, 3 more to go. You're watching the winter tournament of the TAT here in Biñan. 23 for the Aces, the Wildcats 14. All right, we were talking about Sergei Primak and Alex Kolchenko. Now they're here with Lacasti Santos, new player Maki Acosta, and Alfred Gayosa.
See, that's another solid 5 right there.
Well, we all know Alfred Gayosa can score at any time.
Yes, and Maki Acosta has been around forever. The immortal Maki Acosta.
From Mapua University.
But you won't say when.
I will not ask you about that because I did ask you earlier before the broadcast.
Uh-oh.
All right, second quarter here. My name is Sandy Gruma with the award-winning sports journalist and international sports commentator Bill Velasco here in Biñan.
Now I'm wondering if the Aces are gonna do this, just completely change each 5 per quarter.
Well, they can do that.
You know, there's a youth basketball tournament here, the Passerelle, where they do that with the kids, so everybody gets playing time.
5-5-5. They call it barangayan. So there will be no bench players.
Yes, so everybody gets 1 full quarter, and then the 4th quarter is any combination of players. Uh-oh.
Oh! Hard foul given up there by Alex Kolchenko.
No intention to harm. Kolchenko
It was just an accident.
Yeah, Kolchenko and Primark are pretty much the fun-loving guys on this team. They love taking pictures with the fans.
Both players, they are from Ukraine, but they've been here in Asia 5 years already. And both players, they're very good. Dangerous when they're open.
Yeah.
And can play multiple positions, Bill.
Yes.
Are they going to review it? I think they will not. It was just an accident.
Yes.
It was not intentional.
And only the first foul of the Aces in the game.
Yes.
14 seconds shuffle.
Resets the clock to 14.
Ray Miller playing the entire first quarter, and also Henrian Celada.
They go inside.
Miller with a little fadeaway. He harried his shots because of their clock winding down. Always.
Yeah, it's really hard to find an opening with all those big bodies there.
Yeah, that's true. Rebounded by Sergei Primak. If you take a look at the rebounding story for both teams, the Aces out-rebounding the Wildcats 15-9 in the first quarter.
Just too much size.
Yeah.
But let's see how they do. This is more like a finesse 5 for the Aces.
He said finesse.
Except for this guy.
Alfred Gayosa
Yeah.
scoring, a major factor coming off the bench for the Aces.
True, and he's a very rugged defender.
Oh, yes, and that's Ray Miller Jr. hitting it from downtown.
That's what's going to keep them in the game. What's important is they keep the lead small. So it'll be easier to catch up. You'll only need maybe 1 or 2 runs.
That's the second field goal for Ray Miller. He has 5 points. Kolchenko from the corner. That's good.
That was all set up by a screen at the elbow by Primak. It allowed Lakas Santos to draw the defense and then kick it out.
Well, Lakas Santos is a true point guard.
Oh, yeah.
From Lyceum University in the
Pretty
Philippines.
big point guard.
Yes. And Ong score from the outside.
Well, now they're getting somewhere.
Cutting down the lead to 7 points. Maki Acosta. That's an immortal shot from the outside.
Well, that's a new addition to his arsenal because he doesn't have the mobility that he once had.
Lead back up to 10 points for the Aces. Shot clock 15. Celada is yet to fire here in the second period. He scored a 3-pointer back in the first.
Ong has to push it inside to draw the defense.
Now their clock is winding
Here we
down
go.
again. Celada shoots, will not get the kind bounce.
This is where they have to buy time for Gabriel to get back into the game. Oh, no.
Intercepted there by Alfred Gayosa. Nice no-look pass. Lakas Santos.
And you can see that Miller is facing himself.
Lakas Santos with his first field goal here in the game. This timeout is brought to you by G-Shock from Casio.
Redemption isn't the focus for the Wildcats this leg. Instead, they're looking for steady improvement and a stronger performance in the Biñan leg after a tough run in past see. Their first step toward growth is to compete harder against powerhouse teams, starting with this opening game against the Aces. While Coach Jade is new to the team, his passion was evident in the previous leg. The players are hopeful he can bring the spark needed to lead the team to success. Gentlemen.
Harder is the right word, Bill.
Well, they're not falling behind too badly here. But the problem is the Aces haven't been playing that well either. So it's a question of who'll hit their stride first.
Largest lead of the game at 12 points. Ball goes out of bounds and a bad pass there by Raymond Matias. The score, oops.
12-point game.
Oh, that's 32-20. Oops. Under 7 minutes remaining. There we go. In the first half, Kolchenko, Maki Acosta, back out to Alex for three and got it.
They're gonna have to rely on the outside shot a little bit here because they don't really have a post presence. Like we keep saying, Primac is more of a small forward, not really a post player.
5 points now for Kolchenko. Second field goal of the game, Ray Miller Jr. Had a three-pointer a moment ago.
Shot clock's winding down again.
Celada throws up an air ball.
That's, I think, the fourth close call they've
Wow.
had on the shot clock.
I think he's pretty much confused here in the first half, talking about Indri and Celada.
Yeah. Well, with all the imports that the Aces are playing with, really they're forcing you way out of your comfort zone. Even for somebody like Adrian Celada was long range.
And Maki Acosta trying to beat the clock.
No movement there by the Aces. They were just pretty much watching the ball go around.
Inside pass broken up by Sergei Primac.
Ong didn't wait for his teammate to get into proper positioning that time.
Alfred Gayosa. Dula Santos, Acosta providing the screen.
Shot clock winding
Inside to
down
Maki.
again.
Shot clock at 5. Due for 3 with 3 to spare. And Miller grabs it down for the Wildcats.
The Aces are pretty much coasting along and sitting on this lead.
It's a 15-point lead for the Aces, their biggest here in the first half.
They've done a good job, though, extending out, closing out on the shooters. They know that that's the only way the Wildcats can get back in this game.
Here is Ong with 2 to spare.
Actually, he had the shot. He just hesitated.
And we have a timeout here in Biñan. You're watching the winter tournament of the TAT. All right, the Titans, they're here already. That's Henry Iloka and Tosh Cisse of the Titans. 4 minutes and 48 to go. The Wildcats, a major problem here in the first half.
Well, the only thing they're controlling so far is the tempo, but they're really having problems with their execution. The Aces simply step out to deny the shooters open looks.
Dula Santos, Maki Acosta, Alfred Gayosa, Alex Kolchenko, and Sergei Primac for the Aces. 6-0 coming here in leg number 2 of the TAT.
There's the pick and roll.
Oh, I like this pace now.
Yeah. Well, they're really denying the inside to the Aces because of the size advantage. And like we said, there's really no post player on the floor for the Aces. So they're struggling with their inside game.
Pasqua is there.
Uh-oh.
Retaken by Ong.
Shot clock still
Shot clock
continuing.
at 2. Was a bad shot with almost no angle that time for
Yeah.
Macabalyog.
But, you know, to their credit, the Wildcats are using their bench and giving everybody exposure.
Yeah, that's true. A 15-point lead for the Aces.
I think the Aces have called that timeout because, you know, they're stagnating at this stage of the game. They're not getting any offense going. It's like they're just going back and forth. It's like a tennis match. It's all volley and no points scored.
2 blocked there. In the game, AJ Vito for the Aces, replacing Alex Kolchenko with 5 points. He will sit down.
And I think in terms of playing time, Kolchenko has been getting the short end of the stick here. I think he's a very valuable player, especially at the point guard spot.
And also, he's a major spot coming off the bench.
That's true.
A big 3 there for the Wildcats. Macabalyog from downtown, 35-23.
Well, the lead is still 12 points, but again, the Aces have been sitting on this lead since the start of the second period. They haven't really made any headway either.
You know, the Aces, they're very good in closing out in the quarters. Foul is cold.
Holding foul number 22.
It's on Pasqua, his first personal.
Raymond Pasqua, that's his first personal foul.
Now also, the Wildcats have done a great job of staying out of penalty. We know the Aces are an excellent free throw shooting team. So they've done their homework.
14 seconds shot clock.
Shot clock 14 seconds for the Aces. AJ Vitok joining Primac. And Dula Santos and Gayosa and also Acosta.
So they're only playing with the Primac as the import.
Yeah,
It's
I was
traveling.
about to say that, in a traveling violation called against AJ Vitog.
Primac clarifying something with the referee that, you know, he got elbowed in the chest. So I guess basically the plan for the Aces here is to just coast along until the starting 5 comes back in.
Yeah. And this second unit is doing good because of Alfred Gayosa.
That's true. But again, no inside offense.
They're not giving the ball to Miller. Outside we go to Ong. Raymond.
Great defensive recovery by the Aces.
Pasqua scores.
Raymond Pasqua.
Beating the clock.
Bailout three-pointer from Pasqua. Don't look now, partner. It's a 9-point game.
35-26. Oh, a moving screen there.
Yeah, he backed up.
Will be called against Sergei Primac.
He backed up before the contact.
That's his second.
So it looks like a moving screen.
It's different when Sandy Guerra will do that to you. Look at this one.
Oh, you'd bounce off first. He should have moved after the contact. Then it would have been a blocking foul. Miller asking for the ball.
14 of the 24. Miller outside, guarded by AJ Vito.
Well, that's not where or when he wanted the pass.
Yeah.
Shot clock winding down.
Again, it's 4 seconds to shoot. Inside pass, picked off. Taken away by the Aces. Gayosa can't shake off Macabalyog.
No ankle breaking there.
4-3.
See, no second shots now for the Aces. And look at the Wildcats just going to slow it down, grind you inside, find the open shot. And they're playing without Celada and Gabriel. Miller was open.
Oh, what a shot by Ray Miller Jr. from inside the circle.
High post play.
And the Wildcats coming back here, 35-28. And this timeout is brought to you by G-Shock from Casio. about Ray Miller's performance in Passi, Bill?
Yeah, he was really solid. He was a rock for this team, and I think it's important. The way they're playing is quite important because they're taking their time. They're forcing the defense to set, and the Aces are being lulled to sleep with this kind of tempo. So much so that they brought Kolchenko back in the game.
35-28. Ray Miller is the #1 scorer for the Wildcats during the Passi leg. Here is Alex 4-3. Air ball for Kolchenko.
Well, normally you don't make a shot coming off the bench when you're cold and your sweat's dried.
Less than a minute remaining in the first half.
They're going to see if they can get the ball to Miller in the high post. Oh, good idea, that miscommunication there. You expect the guy to penetrate, to flash towards the basket.
46 seconds to go, and the Wildcats will go all Filipino here with Miller going back to the bench for the first time here in the first half.
Well, they could go for a 2-for-1 here, meaning they could get 2 possessions for one of the Aces. They're making the Aces chew up a lot of clock here, so it will lessen their chances of getting scored on.
Almost. It was like a wrestling match between Matias and Kolchenko. We all know Matias is a tough player.
He'll give up his body. And they still have fouls to give, so that was pretty good.
The Wildcats with 2 more fouls to give. Catch and shoot. Kolchenko, no problem from that area.
Mental lapse on the part of the Wildcats. They worked so hard to stop the last possession.
37-28. Back to a 9-point lead. Hardest lead was at 15 points.
I think with this new shuffling of players, the Aces may have lost their identity a little bit. Aces now in the penalty, but only 5 seconds to go.
14 foul for the Aces.
So all they have to do now is press hard, and there will be no shot here for the Wildcats.
Ong. Short. Rebutted by Primac. End of the first half.
At the end of the first half, our score is 37-28.
37-28.
Aces.
At the end of 2 quarters of action, and our game here. This is Alfred Gayosa. Look at that beautiful move from the outside. A major factor coming off the bench. A major contributor, Alfred Gayosa, scoring from the outside. That's our move of the game. Halftime score 37 for the Aces, Wildcats 28. Back in a moment.
plays of the day. At number 10,
Diguara. He's just muscling Patty under the basket where he can't do anything.
at 9.
This is the morning game of the TAT here in Pasig.
Uh-oh.
Here we go. Jonathan Guzman with a slam dunk.
He still seems to have a lot of energy. Playing for survival
You know,
now.
he is very popular.
Moving to number 8.
Hervey, re-energized by the long break.
Oh, they need it.
Yes.
Here is JP Bilinchon, and look at that block by Jules Moore. It was a public display of rejection.
Now he's arguing that he jumped straight up, but he was in the no charge zone.
Yeah, so Ludovici was fouled by Moore.
At 7.
18 years as a pro and intercepted by Momo. He will go all the way for the slam dunk.
Good night. Now once he accelerates,
Let's take a look at this dunk by
Number 6.
Kelly Namo. Came out to help.
nice pass. Just a
Gow.
little off though.
Off balance shot.
That's what you call back to the basket.
How did he do?
To crawl into
When
the rim.
he heard the whistle, he just
At 5.
not expecting the pass. Song. Here is Moore.
And the Titans
And our move of the game. Jules Moore with a slamma jamma.
Now we go to number 4.
Here is Dula Casi Santos with a hand fake. Oh, so well the Aces are in the penalty already, so 2 free throws for the Arena.
The number 3 spot.
side for Blackberry. Oh!
Oh!
He didn't get the dunk, but he got the 2 points.
Momo Kone with a spectacular move.
He's really out jumping everybody on that last play.
Number 2.
The 14th assist of Denzel Wong.
What a way to earn a living. Nice up and under move by James Martinez.
Number 4 on Alan Santos.
And now the number 1 play of the day.
Watching the play.
More!
Stop shot. 5-point lead. Titans are in trouble.
The explosion in midair by Jules Moore this time on his...
This is basketball at its best. The Asian Tournament Top 10 Plays of the Day.
Back here in Biñan, Sandy Grumo with Bill Velasco. Highlights back in the first half. Our score 37-28. The Aces there on top, Bill.
I think these are the mildest highlights that we've shown so far. The Aces not playing to the speed that they are used to. And they're not, again, not too many attempts advantage there. They're basically just living off the rebounds and points off turnovers.
You know, the Wildcats, they're unable to set up their scorers back in the first half, Bill.
Yes, because when the defender is taller then extends out on you and you're a shooter, what do? You give up the ball, try to dribble around him, wait for a screen, and none of those have worked so far. Wildcats.
Xavier Alexander played the entire first. He played 10 minutes in the first half and was 4 out of 4 from the field.
Yes, they played with an entirely different 5 in the second quarter. And that's when things started to slow down. They weren't able to score inside the paint and didn't really play that well in the second quarter.
Ray Miller Jr., cold start in the first quarter, 3 out of 6. Finished the first half with 7 points, Bill.
Oh, he's been quiet now. The danger for each team is that the other team hits their stride first. If the Aces hit their stride first and start knocking down their shots and pounding it inside the paint, then the Wildcats are going to see this game go bye-bye. If it's the Wildcats who hit their stride, then the Aces might get flustered and rattled because the Aces have not really been the same team that they were. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying that they have not been the same team since the first half of the first leg in Pasig.
Then, as you mentioned during the broadcast, during the intro, this is still a dangerous team with, what, 6 imports there. And simultaneously, they will play with 4 inside with Denzel Wong as the point guard.
Yes, that's the starting unit. Now, the question there is the chemistry that this team has. Remember, they played very well until Sam Deguara came along. Deguara's been a dominating experience. And now they're making room for Bryce. And you can see the domino effect on other players like Odiola, Primac, Kolchenko. I mean, they're not getting the same minutes, and they're not getting the same minutes together that they normally did.
Well, Ricky Bryce Jr. scored 4 points in the first half and was 2 out of 7 from the field.
I get the feeling that the Aces are either pacing themselves or holding back. So that's not a good sign if you're the Wildcats.
Bryce with 5 rebounds back in the first half. He was the top rebounder during the summer tournament of the TAT.
Yeah.
Where he won the best player in the Zamboanga leg. The Zamboanga Valientes crowned as champions there.
Well, that's the impact he can have.
This is the starting 5 of the Aces with Marcus Elliott, Xavier Alexander, Denzel Wong, Ricky Bryce Jr., and Eman Ojola. You know, Sam Deguara, he averaged 44 points a game during the Pasig leg. You take out that 44 points, it is still a dangerous team.
Yeah, absolutely. And, he took some of those points away from other players. That's the hard part.
That's why you are Bill Velasco. Wong for 3.
Finally, that's an important shot for the Aces because it makes their inside threat even more prominent.
Denzel Wong averaged 6.2 points a game there in Pasig. And was shooting 23% from downtown.
Good block there by Bryce. And they're really making it so difficult for the Wildcats to score.
Let's take a look at this 3 by Denzel Wong, the babyface assassin. The team captain.
Yes.
Oh, and Joshua started answering it with his own version of the 3.
Well, that's the challenge now for the Wildcats to score from way beyond the 3-point line.
Alexander with 8 points in the first half. Denzel guarded by Galicia, trying to elude Galicia.
This is where Denzel struggles when it's a bigger defender.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't really create.
Marcus misses on the 3. Rebounded Gabriel, who saw limited minutes back in the first half.
And you see the bigs of the Aces were already back on defense. They were so sure the shot would go in.
The Aces out-rebounding the Wildcats 14-8 back in the first half. No dunk there for Ricky Bryce Jr.
Moving on, number 6,
And Ricky Bryce Jr. will go to the line for the first time here in the game.
A bell with the what we used to call the duty foul.
Duty foul. Bryce scores at the line from Arlington, Texas, played for North Texas.
Arlington, very historic place in Texas, particularly during the Civil War.
You talk about the presidency of Abraham Lincoln,
Yes, Abraham.
the tallest president of the United States of America.
I
6'6".
I wonder if he would have made a great basketball player.
Outside for three, Galicia throws up an air ball, and
Lucky break.
the new player on the floor, Basivas, with his third field goal of the game.
Somebody's going to be open here.
Well, I'm sorry, it's his fourth field goal. Now he has 8 points. Second three for Denzel Wong.
Now things starting to heat up. Both teams executing much better than they did in the first half.
2 minutes gone here in the third period.
Miller's doing the right things, drawing Bryce out.
Oh,
So they have an even chance, a more even chance off the boards.
you know, you were talking about the Civil War, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
about the Gettysburg Address.
Gettysburg Address. 4 scoring 7 years ago.
Yeah. And Miller throws up the two-pointer. That's good.
That's the way they should set up Miller, going towards the basket. Uh-oh, nobody home.
Oh, Ricky Bryce slams it home. His first dunk of the game. And if you were here, that buzzer, that means trouble, Bill.
Oh, yes.
We have a timeout. And this is brought to you by G-Shock from Casio.
May hold an edge in the paint, but the Wildcats plan to leverage their own advantage by controlling the tempo. Coach Jade is pushing for greater confidence and aggressiveness in executing shots. His final reminders to the team were clear: bring more effort, stay disciplined on defense, and most importantly, stay aware of the shot clock. This team needs to put their A game as the Aces is finally getting their rhythm. Sandy and Bill.
Oh, you talk about perfect game, and the Savior with the steal. And he's backed up. Galicia picks up the foul.
Number 29, Jacob Galicia. That's his first personal foul.
Well, in a good plan, control the tempo. They've been doing that so far. And this lead has been stuck between 9 to 12 for, what, a quarter and a half already. So if I were the Aces, I'd start to get a little worried. Maybe change a couple of pieces on the floor.
The biggest scoring run of the Aces was at 10 points. The Wildcats was at 8.
Well, the Aces got off to a very good start.
No look pass inside to Eman Ojola. The assist there by Xavier. Now 15 assists for the Aces. They are sharing the ball well.
Yes. And, you know, pardon the pun, but I think Xavier will be the X factor in this game.
Yes.
Because, you know, he's you can see he's watching everything, trying to find the openings for his teammates. Very smart player.
Very smart player. Great basketball IQ.
And then when you say something nice about somebody, they commit a foul.
Just like when you say something good about a player when he's taking the free throw.
Well, I'm not doing that anymore.
Basivas is such a good player here. He has 8 points, and, you know, he doesn't believe in jinx.
You're saying that after he missed the first free throw.
49-36. First game here in Biñan. Eman Ojola misses inside.
He overpowered that shot. Oh, this is not his game. He has to give it up.
Yeah, he is more of a low post player than a high flyer. Marcus will score from the outside.
Elliott and Alexander are going to determine the way this game will look for the Aces here in the second half.
8 points now for Marcus Elliott. That will be his second from downtown, shooting 2 out of 4.
Good scoop shot there.
Reggie Basibas.
I think they're sacrificing Basibas to Bryce.
Oh, Basibas now with 10 points to lead all scorers for the Wildcats. Here is Marcus incoming. Bullseye!
Okay, now the Aces are starting to edge away, and the Wildcats have to control the bleeding here.
Marcus Elliott, 3 out of 5 from downtown. 11 points here in the game. Gabriel will try his luck from beyond the arc.
That's not really his shot, and they need him more for rebounding purposes.
It's going to be Aces basketball. 5 minutes and 20 to go. Largest lead, 55-38.
Let's see if the Aces will continue to play at, alternating 5s per quarter.
Well, Dula Castisantos made a good account of himself
That's
back in
true.
the first
That's
half.
true.
Bryce.
That's what I was saying. He's not a traditional big man.
Yeah.
You would have shot a jump hook in that situation.
No, I love to see him against Mo Fati.
He'd probably shoot better. Nice
Spin
spin.
move. Oh, look at that ball. Trickle down.
Told you, Alexander would be one of the main determinants of this quarter. Good pass inside.
The assist by Sarat. That will be their 9th assist here in the game.
I really am enjoying how Basibas is playing this game.
12 points now for Basibas. Perfect from the field here in the third. Pulling the trigger is Denzel Wong, and it's bullseye. That'll be his 3rd from downtown.
And all in this quarter, and all of a sudden they're jumping out to a 20-point lead, partner.
No, Denzel Wong, when he's hot, he's hot. If he's
Oh,
cold,
yeah.
he's cold.
Yes, a very streaky shooter. But more often than not, he makes them.
Yeah, that's true. Picked up by Xavier Alexander. 20-point advantage for the Aces.
Uh-oh.
Wong again and gets it from downtown.
Same spot. You should know better.
Same result. Now he has 12 points.
Look at the way Xavier really enjoyed that shot.
You know, in the first half, he was 0 of 3. And since then, he's 3 out of 6. Now that's 4 out of 6 already as Gabriel will score inside.
Oh, 4 out of 4 in this quarter.
Yeah, 4 out of 4 here in the third period.
Uh-oh.
Bryce. He gets it back. He is 7'1", the tallest player there on the court.
Yeah, you can see in that instance, he's not really a power player because a lot of players would pound the ball onto the
Yep.
floor to get leverage to go up for a powerful shot.
6 points now for Ricky Bryce Jr. Emano Jola. That was a smart move by John Gabriel.
Oh, he was just waiting for the foul.
It was a fishing expedition.
That's his first personal foul. Jadon returns to the ball game.
Big,
Very
you're
hard to
big.
stop. Very hard to stop because the ball was very high. 3 minutes 15 to go here in the third.
Ah,
Gabriel, this is his first trip to the free throw line. 0 of 3 from the field in the first half. Did not score.
Jacob Galicia and Raymond Matias returns to the ball game for the Wildcats.
the Wildcats now trying to shake things up, make some substitutions. They're really just following the game plan regardless of the score.
You know, it's quite strange that Adrian Celada not playing here in the third, not even starting, not even playing.
Good point. And they need points in a rush too.
Galicia.
He's gun shy.
Yes. Turned out to be a good one.
Yeah, good decision.
Soriano was able to score.
Basket is good for Ricky
And we are hearing it again. Ricky Bryce.
The Bryce is right
Yes, the Bryce is right and will get a T.
for taunting.
Now, you always do that after a good play.
No, here he got into the face of the defense. There you go. See?
Foul number
Well, in the early possession, he was elbowed. That's why he did it.
technical foul on number 6.
A technical foul they call against Ricky Bryce Jr. for taunting.
Free throw for Chet Hall.
And he's still not done.
Ricky Price Jr.
And a bonus free throw for Ricky Bryce now. Broke school records for most points, most rebounds, and blocks when he was in high school.
Yeah, but I'm sure he was already this tall in high school.
Oh, look at that.
Galicia trying to box him out.
He's
He's
always having
go
a good
after.
time when he's playing basketball.
Oh, yeah. Very colorful player.
Yep.
And I'm sure the people of Zamboanga remember him.
Oh, yes. Very popular here in the TAT. We're supposed to play there in Pasig, as Miller will score there for the Wildcats. First 2 points for Miller here in the third.
Yeah, and it's really getting out of hand already. So, and now the Aces can just literally sit on this lead.
With 2 minutes and 13 to go, all 5 will continue to stay there for the Aces.
Yep. Squad substitution at the end of each quarter. Oh, no.
Denzel from the same spot, a different result. And Bryce with a recovery. Emmanuel Jola will try to score.
And notice Bryce has been trying to keep Ojola happy.
And it's a foul against Denzel Wong with 1:49 to go.
Holding foul number 8.
Well, that was a duty foul. They want Maki Acosta to come in
14 foul.
And
for Emmanuel Jola.
for the first time, the Aces are in the penalty. Oh, sorry, the second time.
68-47 is our score. Raymond Matias.
You know, now you can see here what Andrea reported on, that the Wildcats are really just going for better execution. They're up against one of the strongest teams, if not the strongest team in the league right now.
Yep. You know, Miller, he has to fire because of their clock winding down.
Yes.
So, again, they are unable to set up their scorers. Wide open look, wide open three. Xavier misses that one. Rebounded by Ong. Good steal there by Ricky. Bryce lost it, picked up by Marcus. Last touch at Marcus Elliott.
And look at him frown like a kid who lost his piece of birthday cake.
Well, he is a veteran for the team. He is 40 years old.
He's been everywhere.
Yes.
I asked him where he's been. It took him like 3 minutes to answer.
An ABL MVP.
Yeah, that's not easy.
He played in Argentina, Venezuela.
Yeah, he was telling me about how wild it is in those places. The fans are almost as
That's
crazy
in
as
South
Filipinos.
America, but they play like European style.
A little bit, but they get overly intense.
Okay. All right, you talk about intensity. Now we go to Andrea Veloso.
Sandy and Bill, just an update on Andrian Celada. He will skip the entire second half as he's now experiencing back spasms. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much.
Which happened
good job,
to him
good
also
job.
in Pasig.
Oh, yeah. Back spasm. Or we always feel
You
that,
know,
Bill.
you old people, really, I swear.
We always experience that, Bill. All right, thank you very much, Andrea.
So the lead is a comfortable 19 points. And pretty much the Aces can turn it on and off at this point. They're not even going to bother to defend the fast break.
Coming up, we have the, after the game, we have the Titans Pilipinas versus the new team, the Del Norte Banana Republic.
That's
Rice.
going to be interesting.
Rebounded by Raymond. Soriano stops.
He could shoot it.
Yes, Galicia back to Soriano. I don't know why why they are not taking their shots.
Yeah, they need the two more than freezing the clock.
Soriano now will take it with a hand on his face.
Made it harder on himself.
At the end of the third quarter,
68-51. Fourth quarter is coming up. You're watching the winter tournament of the TAT here in Biñan, Laguna. All right, ladies and gentlemen, basketball.
She's drawing up plays already.
Basketball fans here inside the Biñan Arena.
Oh yeah, they love
It's
it.
a
here.
huge arena, by the way, Bill.
Yes, a lot of these fans actually have saved their seats early.
Yeah.
Because we have 4 games today.
After this game, we have the Titans Pilipinas versus the Del Norte Banana Republic. The home team will play at 6 p.m. Biñan
Yes.
Tatak Gel Game X will take on the Avanta Black Dragons.
I understand the Vanta Black Dragons have made changes to their lineup.
Yes, and add some Filipino superstars, Filipino flavors.
Yeah. Well, they're already here, so why not take them in?
Fourth quarter, Raymond Matias, Joshua Saret, John Gabriel, Soriano,
Again, that's not really his shot.
and Miller.
Gabriel still
Oh,
complaining.
way off. Miller.
You know, you're down by a big margin. You shouldn't really waste your time complaining. And then he's going to get fired up, maybe make a bad foul here and there.
Mackey scores from downtown, his first field goal here.
Well,
Yeah,
back
the
in the
fourth.
day, you know, Mackey would bang bodies inside.
Yeah,
but why make life hard for yourself?
You know, you develop that shot
Yeah.
throughout your entire career when you're.
Older.
I
You're
did not
older.
say that.
when you've accumulated a lot of mileage.
Yes, and you know the wear and tear.
Yeah. So that's why I stopped playing already, because I got so old my range was outside already.
But it's different because the range needs that you have to be strong.
Yes.
Oh, you need Denzel Wong.
Strong like Wong.
Oh, I like that. Strong like Wong from downtown, pulling the trigger, and it's bullseye for the babyface assassin. 74-51. Timeout. Denzel Wong was 0 of 3
Strong
from the
like
3-point
strong
territory.
like Wong.
In the first half, now he is 5 out of 10 from downtown.
That's 50%. That's impressive. But if you isolate the third quarter, only what 4 out of 5.
Denzel Wong now with 16 big points. I made that 15. Sorry. That's Soriano misses on the 3-pointer. Battle for the rebound. Miller
Yeah, all by his lonesome.
back out to Sarat for 3, picked up by Acosta.
Premac is on the floor now.
Joining Acosta, Alexander, Wong, and Gayosa.
See now, so it's Alexander and Wong who are the constants for the Aces, providing them some stability. And all they have to do is keep on using up the clock, because they're up by such a big margin.
Savior. Oh, that's big.
Shot put 3-pointer there. And he's laughing at him, laughing to himself.
And Savior shooting 6 out of 7 from the field. Now he has 13 points. That
Gabriel
is-
had that shot and he gave it up.
We'll go to Denzel Wong with the hot hands here in the second half.
Oh, again, they're just going to use up the clock, make it more difficult for the Wildcats to catch up.
Gayosa, a major contributor coming off the bench. 4-3. That's it. That's the second for Xavier Alexander.
A prettier looking 3-point shot from Xavier Alexander.
16 points already for Xavier Alexander. Top scoring for the team.
You know, this is actually a low-scoring game for the Aces, considering all the firepower they have. And they normally break the 100-point barrier by now. But because the Wildcats did a great job of slowing things down, you know,
80-51. Sergey, he kicks it out to Alexander. Back out to Denzel with 3 seconds to go. Now it's 2. Gabriel fouled Denzel Wong with no more time remaining.
Oh, very bad foul.
And their shot clock.
And it's a shooting foul too.
Denzel Wong will go to the free throw line.
Double black eye now for the Wildcats, just when they need to make stops the most.
You know,
Oh, air ball.
during the Pasig leg, he shot 22% from the field and 77% from the free throw line. As I mentioned, it was his lowest scoring output because, you know, with the guys he is with.
Foul on number 8, Denzel Wong, his second.
Number 2 on Denzel Wong.
Aces.
And the Aces wants to talk things over. This timeout is brought to you by G-Shock from Casio. And as I mentioned, this is interesting, Bill. We have 9 teams here with Biñan
Yes.
having their own team.
Each will play a single round robin within their bracket, and then the top 2 teams will go on to the crossover semifinals. Then we have the finals on Sunday. Now, again, we were talking about it earlier. Is it an advantage or disadvantage to be playing more games? Because one bracket has 5, the other has 4. I think it's a disadvantage to be playing less games because if you lose, it's harder to catch up.
Yes, because fewer games.
Yes. And, you know, with more teams, there are better chances of
Recovering.
recovering, and there are better chances for ties.
Vito outside to do Lacasti Santos.
All right, so now the Aces playing with just 1 import. That's Primac.
Oh, I like the ball distribution there.
He made the shot.
But Gayosa step out of bounds. Was it Mackie or Alfred? That was Gayosa, I think. I thought so.
Anyway, it doesn't show up in the stat sheet individually.
Saret.
Now, he's been a non-factor since the second quarter.
Gabriel, nice screen there by Basibas. Back to Gabriel.
Oh.
And the dunk by Ray Miller Jr.
Pouring out some of his frustrations.
From Davenport City in Iowa. Played for Cal State Fullerton. It's Ray Miller Jr. Nice fake. Basibas.
He didn't need to dribble. But a lot of players, out of habit,
Yeah.
dribble to get momentum. It's the
And
Moses Malone
sometimes
thing.
they will look for the contact.
Yes,
2 free throws for Reggie Pasivas.
the Moses Malone maneuver.
Look at Basibas shooting 6 out of 8 from the field. 13 points back.
Look at Bryce, he's talking to Miller. I'm sure they're ragging on each other. You know, tough load to carry for Miller. He's the only import.
Yep. 80-56. Approaching the 5-minute mark of the 4th quarter. Dew had his moments in Pasig, Bill,
That's true.
with that hand fake underneath. With no room to breathe. And it's a 24-second shot clock violation for the Aces.
That's a sign of immaturity.
3 seconds.
Everything stopped.
You know, you are. That's why you are looking at the shot clock is in front of you always,
Yes.
so that you can see it.
Better spacing now for the Wildcats.
Better shot there by Joshua Saret. Now you mentioned about his scoring ability.
Yeah.
We all know he can score because he's back in high school was a top scorer for his team.
Yeah.
And one scored 89 points in a single game. AJ Vito Shot clock at 5.
A lot of movement for the Aces.
Due for 3 and got it.
Did not play in the finals because too many imports.
And he was just, enjoying at the side, being the #1 cheerer for the team. And he told me that I'm very happy with this team right now.
I will be the #1 cheerleader. Gabriel glaring at the referee asking for a foul.
And look at no retaliation there for Sergei Primak.
Oh no, he's very professional.
Yeah.
They go inside.
Basibas. Blocked by
Swatted
Primak.
away. No, now that's already a question of pride. You're not going to shoot in my face.
4 minutes and 18 to go.
Oh,
Foul is called. It's on John Gabriel. That'll be his 3rd personal, and the first team foul for the Wildcats. Aces wants to talk things over. We have a ceasefire here in Biñan. This timeout is brought to you by G-Shock from Casio. Oh, the Del Norte Banana Republic.
yes, new team.
Yes. We will see them later on against the Titans.
They're not a
Pilipinas.
different country. Okay,
Oh,
they're not a different. They're not a banana republic. It's the sponsor of the team.
83-59. Mackey outside, shot clock 15.
Well, for the players of the Aces, some of them want to get their stats up, and if you're the Wildcats, you want to cut the lead down.
They're showing little resistance,
Yeah.
Bill. Ball deflected. And it's a 24-second shot clock violation.
I think for the Wildcats, it was basically the game plan didn't work. So, they're pretty much just going through the motions now.
Gabriel outside for 2.
They're just standing around, taking pot shots, and Miller's trying to fill in the blanks.
Sarat with his second triple here in the 4th quarter. The Wildcats finished dead last during the Passi leg.
Yes, with only
7th.
1 win.
That was against the
Long Lions.
Long Lions, the youngest team there in Passi. Mackey, Acosta with a drive inside, challenged there by Ray Miller. Blocked his shot also.
Clock's winding down.
4 seconds. Now it's 2. Vito. Basibas.
I think Basibas has given a good account of himself in this game.
13 points.
Yeah.
And 6 out of 8 from the field. Matias. Rebounded by Miller. Taken away by Mackey Acosta.
Nakasti Santos will hold on to it. No need to hurry. No need to, for dramatics.
Actually, we're just waiting for the final buzzer
Yeah. We're 2.5
to make
minutes
this
away.
official.
Yeah.
83-62. Lacasti Santos with 5 points. Gayosa will attack. So he gives up the dribble. And it's a 34-second shot clock violation.
That is such a hot potato move.
I really don't know.
You give it up, and the guy has nothing to do with the ball anymore.
As I mentioned earlier, the shot clock is in front so that you can see it.
Yep.
83-62. 83-62. 2 minutes and 20 to go. Here in the fourth quarter.
Another win for
Yes.
this version of the Aces. So
They have some new players, new import, Maki Acosta, the new local player, Ricky Bryce Jr., 7'1" from
and they didn't even need him or the other imports in this fourth quarter.
from Arlington, Texas. Look at Alex Kolchenko and Ricky Bryce talking to each other. Like, this is a already one ball game. Nice pass inside. Basibas is fouled.
Well, the veterans on the Aces don't want to get scored on by the new guy.
What a story for the Aces, Bill.
Yeah.
When they joined the TAT, that was in Pasig, they were the Whipping Boys.
Before the first Pasig leg.
The summer tournament of the TAT, won only once against the Jumbo Warriors.
Miller would sit down. No sense in risking any injury.
And now the Aces, they are the #1 team here in the winter tournament. Winning the...
Oh, they just got tired of losing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's a better definition of the Aces
But on
winning.
on the plus side, you see the other players of the Aces getting better.
Yeah, Du Lacastis Santos and Alfred Gayosa. Du
Blocks away.
misfires. 83-64. Sadat with 2 triples here and a fourth quarter. Galicia.
This is another player who's making a name for himself. And they're fearless.
The first on Du Lacastis Santos and the third for the Aces. Not in the act of shooting.
Yeah. Remember what I said in the first quarter? If I were the Aces, I would just build a big lead and sit on it. That's what they've done.
Basibas, the high man for the Wildcats.
And that's saying a lot.
That's the second on Du Lacastis Santos and the fourth for the team.
Now, if you look at Lacastis Santos and player he was guarding Galicia. They're about the same size, but Galicia is really built more like a power forward. So he could just nudge Lacastis Santos out of the way.
Galicia plays the #2 spot while Du plays the #1 spot.
But one of them looks like a boxer,
And the other looks like what?
a basketball player, a sprinter.
Galicia at the free throw line.
And these are the things that they have to work on. They have to improve. You can't be a professional basketball player and just miss
before
free
that,
throws or layups.
and before that, he was 2 out of 2.
Yeah.
Now he is 3 out of 4. And he is 0 of 4 from the field.
So when you add up all those little mistakes,
It's
huge.
painful because they're playing with the lack of intensity here, Bill, with
they-
no sense of urgency.
They cut the lead down to 9. And
That was in
then-
the first half.
And then Denzel Wong happened.
Oh, that was in the third. I'm sorry. Du Lacastis Santos. That is his second from downtown, 86-65.
Less than a minute to go.
Joshua Sadat with 2 triples here in the fourth quarter. Gabriel will shoot over Premac, even with a hat on his face. So we are just waiting for the official buzzer to make this game official.
Yep.
And the Aces will still be undefeated, 7-0. Their winning ways will continue here in Biñan. Basibas outside for 2, way off. 5 seconds. The Aces will dribble this one out. Another win for head coach Jason Santiago and Denzel Wong and the rest of the Aces.
Score is 86-65.
86-65, and this is our move of the game. Look at that, Xavier Alexander scoring big time. 16 points, did not play in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. It was 5 out of 6 from the field and had 2 triples.
Those are very good numbers.
Yeah. Xavier Alexander, big time player, scoring big time. The X-Man. This is his 3rd team here in the TAT, and he continues his winning ways. That was a tough shot from beyond the arc.
He was the stabilizing force.
Yes, that's
you know,
true.
with all of the changes and the different rotation now. He stabilized the team. He only scored when he wanted to, when he needed to. Yeah, you know, never forced anything.
Andrea Veloso is ready with our best player of the game, the X-Man Xavier. All right, Andrea.
Thank you, Sandy. Our best player of the game, the X-Men, Xavier Alexander, with a double-double performance, 16 points and 10 assists. Congratulations, Xavier. But, you know, despite leading all throughout this game, during the first quarter, you guys started pretty slow, which is unusual for you guys. But during the second half, somehow you guys finally found your rhythm. How are you able to turn things around for the team?
Yeah, for us, you know, in between legs, just resting. You know, you want to come in here and kind of knock off the rust a little bit, and I think we got going in the second half. You started slow, but that definitely happens in basketball. So I was happy we got going in the second half and came away with the win.
X, you know, you guys are aiming for a back-to-back win this leg. And with your new addition, Ricky Bryce, you contributed 13 points and 9 rebounds today. How do you think he's fitting in with the team so far?
I think he's fitting in well. You know, he's another big guy that he's going to play hard. He's going to control the paint. He's going to block shots. I think he's a good addition to our team. Not having Sam, you know, this leg, so I think Ricky is fitting in well.
See about that, Xavier. But for now, congratulations, and of course to the Aces. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Andrea, and the X-Man, the best player of the game. All right, coming up next, me and Bill will return for the next game, the Banana Republic versus the Titans at 3:30 p.m. here in the Philippines.